All right, so this is Premiere Pro. You don't want to be messing with Premiere Pro until you have your one video shot, so one video clip, and you have your audio, your instrumental. Make sure you have that first. Make sure you make a folder in your D drive and call it duplication. So you make a new folder called duplication. And then you can open up Premiere Pro. So let's open up our new project. Let me just lay out what this project is just to make sure you're on the right YouTube video. This video is duplication. You're going to duplicate yourself and you're going to talk to yourself. Very easy to do, but can be very complicated if you don't plan it out in pre-production. So you have to plan it out, write a script, time it out, and then go out and shoot it, and you should be able to get an easy grade on this if you follow the steps. So I also provide some documentation in the TV production folder. Make sure you read that. But other than that, let's get going, and I'm going to show you how to use this, how to do this project. So you're going to open up Premiere Pro. You're going to say New Project. Click that. You can name it up here if you want. It's for your own reference. Let's just call this duplication easy. All right, so you can name it, that's fine. And then the biggest thing is you guys need to browse. So big thing. Make sure you browse to the D drive. And right now I'm not using the D drive because I don't have a D drive. It's named differently for me, but you guys, it's on the D drive. So you have to make that folder. Do not browse to anything else besides your D drive. It's going to cause problems if you don't. So let's hit the browse. I'm going to go on. Mine is here. And you're not going to see any files. You're not. So don't freak out if you're like, oh, I shot video and audio, but I don't see it here. You're not going to see it. This is literally just a Premiere Pro project file. That's all it is. So let's hit select folder. And now you'll know if you did it right. So for you guys, it will say D drive, last name, first name, and then you're going to be calling that folder duplication project. And then you'll notice it's on the right file, path. So don't worry, mine says I, but you need to see it on D drive. Okay, say okay, and now you can have a clean slate here. Now, first thing, you want to import. There are 3 ways to import. Remember, you could right click, import, you could file, import, and you can also click Control I to import. So let's just click here and let's find the files, I should say. And I use this for my audio. And if you hold the control button, you can click your one video clip and say open, and my video and audio should show up, and it does. So very simple, very easy. Let's get started here. So I'm going to click on this, my video, double click it, and your video comes up here. We all know I'm not going to go over it. We've already know all this stuff already. So let me just do a little side note here. Do not use the media browser down. There's a clip. I X'd it out. I don't use it. Don't use that. Make sure you're using the project panel. If you're not, it's only going to confuse things. And when you go to export and it's not letting you, it's because you moved the file that was in the media browser and now it can't find it, so it can't export it. So let's just keep everything in the project panel, because if you don't, it's just going to confuse things and make it very difficult to export, because you got to figure out where the file is and all that. So it's why I try to keep mentioning the D drive. The D drive is very important. Okay, so as I instructed in class, you're going to try to keep it easy, and to duplicate yourself, you're going to simply talk on one side. Doesn't matter if you're starting on left or right. You're going to talk, and then you are going to pretend. When you pretend extra long. If you don't, you're going to have to reshoot it because You didn't pretend long enough. Now you can cut out the pretending, but if you cannot cut out the talking. So what you're going to do is you're going to pretend over here, then talk, and then you're not going to stop the video. You're going to go to the other side, and then you're going to do the opposite. So if you started to talk here and pretend, you're going to go over here, and you're going to pretend first now, and then talk. So talk and pretend, and then talk. Once you overlap the video, it will make sense, and it has to be exactly on, or it won't work. Or you'll be talking over yourself, and you don't want that. It's not going to look good. All right, so very simple. I'm going to go here, and let's see here.
Trust me.
Let's go and let's find our video. So I started talking here. Let's just do this in real time.
To project number 4.
Okay.
Here you go.
All right, so I like that one. I'm going to go back a little bit. I'm going to mark I for out.
Hey guys, welcome to project number 4.
All right, so I'm talking, I'm saying all this stuff, and notice how I'm now pretending. So this is what I mean by talk and pretend. You're going to have your twin there with editing. This is the joy of editing. This is the part where we're going to change your mind onto the editing brain and the journalist brain of how we're going to plan things out to get success. So what we're going to do is let's go fast forward a little bit. And I'm going to stop it right here. So you're going to make a little guess of how long you think it should be. It should be exact once you put it on the timeline. But for now, we're going to do the best we can, bring it to the timeline. Then we'll adjust it on the timeline. So I'm going to click it here, drag it down. And here we go. Here it is. That's our first part. Now on the same timeline, we're going to go on this is our source panel. Over here, remember, this is a program. This is the final. This is program. We're going to go on our source panel. Remember, there's only one clip. So we're going to make 2 clips out of our 1 clip. Again, if you do 2 clips, it's going to be messed up because you stopped recording, and a slight difference of moving that camera by touching it a little bit is going to move your background, and it's going to look all wacky. So, all right, let's go here, and you're going to notice I get up, see, and I switch over because I know I need to be on the other side. And what I did, just so I can mention this in case I believe I forgot to mention this, you're going to split the screen down the middle with your eyes. So make sure you do that when you shoot, and don't have your arms cross it because it's going to look really weird. Your arm's going to cut off, and you really don't want that. So let's go back here. I moved over so that way I have some space on the left-hand side. All right, so now it looks like I am pretending. So let's mark an eye here. And let's go. Let's see what he says.
Completely is useless, or you kick the tripod. That means it's done. You can't do it anymore. So, I half agree with him, and
Okay.
I think it could be easy, but if you don't do it right, it is not easy. It can be way more difficult than what people may think it is.
All right, so that's where I ended. All right, so let's bring it over here. I'll show you something. All right, so I'm going to shrink this down. Remember, if you take the light gray corners, you can make it bigger or smaller by dragging it. Okay, so let's just make it so it's full. All right, so that we cut the 2 clips into one, or the 1 clip into 2, I'm sorry. So now what you want to do is you want to drag this up a little bit, drag it down, and let's see if we go on top of each other how close it does. Okay, so it's a little bit off. That's okay. We're going to adjust it, so it's not a big deal. But first what we're going to do is we're going to apply the effect. There's 2 things you need to do to actually make this work. Now you have to go into the effect controls. It's right here. You're going to go into opacity. You're going to click, so this should be closed. It's going to look like this. You're going to click opacity, and then you're going to click the 4-point garbage matte. And I have this clicked, so it's going to go on that one. So click that. And what I would do is try to find something that has a straight line to use it as your I guess to make it so it looks a little bit it kind of camouflages a little better. So notice how I split it, and now I'm going to drag it to the other side. See how I'm showing up? I'm going to drag it out to the other side. And look at that. Look, boom, there it is. It's the same video. That's why you have to have the same video. Now you see this line, and I pretty much, if you can't see it, say it's out of frame, you can find it again by doing 25% or less if you want to. I want to kind of make that a little bit better. So see how I'm going along this right here? It kind of disguises it a little bit better by doing that. So let's go back to fit. So it goes back up big again. And to get rid of that line right there, I'm going to click here. And now, boom, there you go. I got a twin. So that's all you do for that. Now you see some discoloration right here. You can kind of see the line. Most people probably won't pick up on it, but I'm kind of a perfectionist on this. So let's do a feather on it. So let's go back on clicking this. This comes up again. And there's a mask feather. Click down. And right now, keep your eye on this. It goes away. You want to go to mask feather and then drag it to the right. Don't go too far, but go just enough until it disappears. Okay, so look at that. Disappeared. Now you can't even see where the line is anymore. So this is kind of a rough edge, and then you just get rid of it, and it's perfect. So literally that's the editing right there. Now we have to do some more editing on the timeline and to figure out time-wise. So let's see here.
Hey guys, welcome to project number 4.
All right, I want to keep going fast forward until I realize I stop talking. I want to see if I can time it out. All right, so I'm about to talk right here, and I'm supposed to interrupt myself.
You guys did amazing. So I don't know what else to say. But
So see how it wasn't I did it here, but I said what, but I didn't interrupt myself. So, and I know this is not timed out right because you can see it's too long. This is what I mean by it's not timed out right, or it's not edited right. I'm sorry. It needs to be exactly on. So I'm just going to drag this out. I'm just going to try to match it up. See how close we get. It's really just adjusting. This project is all about adjusting to make it work. Just like in news, you got to get it done somehow. Let's try it again. See how close I am here.
really had my no way. It took them 2 hours.
See, it's a little off still. So, all right, let's see.
More difficult than what people may think it is.
All right, let's just stretch this out a little more. See if this times out.
Thing about how easy this. Amazing. No way. So I don't know what else to say.
All right, so we're getting closer. See how he's about to be interrupted. So let's look at it a little bit better here. Looks like so he needs to come in a little bit later. So
No.
all right, we're almost there.
This 4-year-old did this project. It took him 2 hours, and he just did amazing. So I don't know what else to say. No way. No, I said no way is not gonna happen. This project is not.
Okay, there you go. It's pretty good. Let's see. I want to make this better, so let me see here.
Way more difficult.
See how if you don't, that shows a little bit of the feathering, but you gotta can extend this because I see this is the perfect example. I pretended extra long, so I can extend this pretend longer to make it even. If you don't pretend long enough, it does not work. So I want to see how.
No way. No, I said no way is that gonna happen. This project is not easy. Trust me.
There we go. All right, perfect. So you saw I adjusted a little bit. Don't be freaked out if you're like, oh, I timed it out. It's exactly 15 seconds here, 15 seconds here, and it's not working out right. You have to tinker with it a little bit. Just know which side is which. This half is the top video, and this half is the bottom video. And I moved it around until these two started to interact with each other, and I adjusted it either a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. And again, what saved me was I had a long pretending part. If you don't have a long enough pretending, it's not going to work out. This is the #1 project that needs to be reshot because of planning or poor planning. So one time you do it, it doesn't work out. It's new. It's going to happen. This is a whole new project. It's a whole different way of thinking of how to do things. After the first time, you'll get it. So there's usually not many people that can get it done the first try. So this is it. And now the next thing we have to do is just add a title. So I'm going to right click in here, new item and title. I could do that title here, but let me just show you because certifications are important. And you have to know all different ways of how to do things in Premiere Pro or you can't get certified. You're going to only know one way and it's not going to be good enough. So you want to go into title. So up here, go to title, new title, and it's a still title. So go default still. You're going to say title. You can name the title if you want. I'm not going to. I'm just going to say OK. And we're going to call this, click on here, I like that font. I'm going to put it down here. I'm just going to call it whatever I'm talking about. So duplication easy with a question mark. And then you click your selection tool, bring it here. I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. I'm going to put it down here. Click X, then you take this and you put it above your title. I'm just going to make it throughout the whole thing, so I'm going to drag it out. And there you go. So now when we play it, it should be perfect. Just for giggles, I'm going to show you, you know what, let's just show you the main project, this final project here.
Hey guys, welcome to project number 4, duplication of yourself. This project is super easy, anyone can do it. I just can't even explain how easy this project is. I literally had my 4-year-old did this project, took him 2 hours, and he just did amazing. So, I don't know what else to say. No way. No, I said no way is that going to happen. This project is not easy. Trust me. If you don't put the camera on the tripod, or if you stop recording, it will totally mess it up. And this whole thing about how easy this is, it's not easy. Like, it takes some time. And you know what? The whole thing with this, that he's not telling you, is that if you don't time it out right, it completely is useless, or you kick the tripod. That means it's done. You can't do it anymore. So I half agree with him, and I think it could be easy, but if you don't do it right, it is not easy. It can be way more difficult than what people may think it is.
All right, so that's perfect, but I just realized after I played the whole thing that I forgot to add my instrumental. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show that right now. I really don't need to show it. You guys should know this already. This is basics. This is our what? Let's see, 7th project. So you guys should know how to do this by now. But I'm going to show you anyways. I'm just gonna gonna start it. You remember you want to drag the little audio thing here. Drag it down here. Make it so it's even with it. If you double click right there, drag it down.
Hey guys, welcome to project number 4, duplication
There you go.
of yourself. This project is super
Make sure it's not too loud, the background music. You don't want it to be so loud that I can't hear what you're saying. But that's it. So I'm not going to play it again, but you can see it's really simple to do. This shouldn't take a lot of time as far as editing. All right, guys. Well, that's it for the duplication video of yourself. If you like this video, feel free to thumbs up this video. You can tell this video wasn't too hard to edit. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. If you want to have the videos as soon as I load these videos, feel free to subscribe. This is strictly for you guys. This is my channel only for you guys. That's it. Like I said, you can look at this in class. But if you want to know when the video is posted, or you want to know exactly when a new video is posted, I hope this video helped, and I will see you in class.